Hey, it's time for another terrible idea. Today I was reading about some legislation which is up for a vote, at least up for referendum, out in Los Angeles requiring that condoms be worn in porn. Now, porno condom is usually not a big topic of conversation for most folks, but my friends and I have talked about it, what we would like to see or would not like to see in pornography. And porno condom is always kind of weird. Obviously, it's the smart thing. In an industry where everybody's having sex with everybody, it seems sensible, and it's a message you want to spread. Condom use is, A-okay. But at the same time, it also kind of takes away from the fantasy, and that's what pornography is supposed to be. It's not literal, it's fantasy sex. So I'm not sure how I stand when it comes to legislating condom use. It's kind of like people trying to ban cigarettes and TV shows, or, it's kind of hard to, I don't know, is it a safety thing? Does OSHA have to get involved? I wonder if there's an OSHA requirement if you have to have somebody on set. I know they have self-regulated within the industry of people getting tested very frequently. The last positive, I think, for HIV was actually a false positive, as far as I most recently heard. I hear, both sides of the equation, that STDs are rampant, which would make sense within the industry, but I also heard that STDs are very rare because of this stringent testing, which also makes sense. Not being within the industry, I can't tell you for sure. It does lead back to my idea for a webcomic, or even a physical published comic, if it collected it at one point, called 2257s. It's essentially the story of a couple of guys who, go ahead and get into the porn industry, and the first story arc, the first year actually, would be them starting off from scratch, and by the end of the year being nominated and possibly winning an Avian Award. I literally have this, spaced out 52 weeks worth of stories, if not more. And I want to put it in one of these a terrible idea videos, but there's just so much I want to cover. So, hey, if you're an artist and you want to draw a comic about pornography, hey, I'm your man. I've got it written out. I'll show you the notes. Anyways, back to porno condoms. Who knows what's going to come of it, but it actually got me thinking about another character find of the century. I haven't had one of these for a couple of weeks, and for some reason this story got me thinking about He-Man. And He-Man characters are fun to work with because they're so ridiculous. And I was thinking about people like Triclops, who you spin a little thing and he has different eyes. Man-E-Faces, who you spin him around, he has Man-E-Faces, as they pointed out on Family Guy when Stewie was playing with him. I want to make an Eternian Prostitute. Not sure if she's a good guy, a bad guy, neutral. But she will have to have a different waist sculpt or hip sculpt. I'm not sure if I want this to be a horizontal rotation or vertical rotation, but she'll operate a lot like Man-E-Faces and Triclops, but it'll be different sets of genitalia. By default, she will have humanoid female genitalia and ass or what have you. You spin it once, she'll have standard humanoid male genitalia. Spin it again, maybe it's a couple of mouths, maybe it's some sort of weird Eternian species of genitalia, whatever. But her name will be Orifaces. As opposed to Man-E-Faces, it's Orifaces. Just silly playing on the words there, but porn and He-Man are such an obvious mix that this one just popped out of nowhere. So that's your character find of the century today, Orifaces, the Eternian Prostitute. Let me know what you think about the use of condoms and pornography. Are you pro or con? Are there things that you simply do not like to see in pornography? As my friends and I have very clear thoughts on what we think is appropriate and what is not. If you have any other silly ideas for characters, again, He-Man's a great place to work with. Go ahead and put something down in the comments below, or pop in a response video, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.